Hey, welcome to the dungeon. My name is Robin, and I will be showing just how to make a ring on a ring mandrel today in soft glass. And here's my ring mandrel. You can find these online. Look under Flameworking ring mandrels or Lampworking ring mandrels. This is something like a size 8 or 9. And when you put the bead release on it, it will become a little larger. So you want to keep that in mind. We're going to make something like this today. Something a little bit organic. I'm thinking a little bit more about springtime and hoping that it'll come because it's still in the dead of winter here up in the north. Let's get right to it and I will see you afterwards. I am going to start with a black base on this ring mandrel, and what I'm going to do here is just get as much glass as I can get hot so it will make a full wrap around the mandrel. And I also am heating the mandrel up too so the glass will stick to it. And I'm going to add as many wraps as I feel necessary to build up the width of the ring. And I will continue to add these wraps just in a wheel formation. And when I have enough, what I'm going to do is heat both sides of the ring of glass, trying not to overheat the mandrel itself. Because as you can see, the mandrel does have some cracking going on the bead release, but as long as I heat this up, and you'll see in real time here, I'm going to shape it. I like to make my rings in a square shape. So once I have my shape down, I don't have to really heat the mandrel up that much. And that will allow me to continue working on it so it doesn't crack off all the way. And on the top, I'm going to add 2 dots of black and then push them in a slight dragging motion. And I'll do that again with this top little bit of glass. I'll push it just so it's being pushed off of the ring itself. And then I'll continue to shape and melt down this little pattern here. And we'll start with some color. So let's have some white, and I'm going to add 3 dots of white to each of these little parts, and I will heat them up and use my knife to flatten each one of those because I'm going to add more layers on top of those. But before I do that, I need to use my tungsten pick just to heat and push in a small indentation so I can trap a bubble inside. So as long as I don't overheat that and melt that in, I'll have a bubble. And the first one I'm going to add is the dark violet. I'll use my knife to flatten that out. There we go, a little bit. And then I will go straight into the transparent orange, which is a striking color, so it will get darker and become more orangey-like as it heats and cools down a little bit. And you notice that I'll use my knife to push the glass as I'm pushing it down. I'm pushing it so it covers that whole bit of white. And then on top of that, I'm going to add 3 little dollops of clear glass. And that'll give a nice 3-dimensional depth to these little dots so you can see the bubble really well. And I'm just going to heat that up until I'm happy with the way it looks. And I do continue to heat the whole ring and the band is important that you continue to heat up the band. I have a small white stringer, and I'm just going to apply 4 or 5 small dots on each end of the color drops, and in between I give the ring a full heat. Now on top of these small dots, we're going to add the complementary colors. So on top of the violet, we will add the blue. And when I'm adding glass to a small dot, I'll use a regular size rod of glass like I am doing here to add these little dots. That was the orange complementing the blue. And then over here, we're going to add the dark purple next to that transparent orange. And that is a transparent sky blue or aqua blue. Now for the final touch, I will just add a couple little tiny dots on each of these different colors, and then I will once more put the opposing color. That's why I like 3 colors. You can do a lot with just 3 colors, and it really looks beautiful. Here I am adding the blue, and I am finished finally. That actually took probably about a half an hour, maybe 35 minutes to make. And now I'm just giving it a nice heat before I put it away. Well, that looked great. And it's in the annealer now, ready to come down to temperature, and we will take a look at it in a couple hours later on this evening, and I will show you how I clean these out, and we will be done. See you in a bit. It is beautiful in the evening when it's snowing. I love to hear the sound of the wind and the snow hitting our pin oak tree in the front yard. Hello, I'm back. It is a couple hours later in the evening, and we're supposed to get probably about 4 inches before the night is over. I love to shovel snow, if it's light snow. Okay, let's take a look at the ring. Ooh, this is really pretty. All right, there it is. Bright that is. Well, I think I can take this off the mandrel now, and a lot of times this bead release will just start to flake off, if you can see that. Okay, this bead release is kind of on the thicker side, and it's been on this mandrel for a while, so I think that's part of the reason why it's coming off really easily. Take all of that extra bead release off and give it a little bit of a turn here. I'll probably grab my tool. I'm excited. Just got to be really careful. Gently, gently turn. Take your time. Off it comes. I will take this upstairs and give it a clean out. I'll show you how I clean these beads out. It's pretty much the same way did I just say beads? Yeah, I did. Clean this ring out, and it's pretty much the same way I would make, it's clean my beads out. It's just a bigger inside, it's just a bigger hole. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm using the Dremel bit again. With the bit is a long tapered diamond bit used for cleaning out beads, and I will use this bit for everything. Almost everything I need to is always this bit. And I'm just going to take my time and get all the bead release off, and we will be done. It reminds me of a solar system. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. I promise. Be careful.